Welcome to our next AIM Sports webinar. We've been doing these for this is our fifth season of doing these. A season is a year for us, and so you can see up in the upper left corner, it's episode number 5-21, and so it's our 21st episode of our fifth season. Down on the lower left, 187th webinar, and welcome to all of you. The community we've built has been fantastic. We get to chat, we get to do all sorts of cool things, and I think it's been such a wonderful thing for not just us as the folks that are putting them on and learning and helping and doing all the stuff that we do, but of course creating the community for all of the users as well. For those of you that are watching here live today, the webinar presentation has been linked into the chat. If you have questions as we go, put them into the question and answer box, and I can't keep up with the chat sometimes, so go ahead and place them into the Q&A box. I'm watching that. For those of you that are watching this later on YouTube, all of the links, anything we may happen to mention, will be in the description box below. We'll place the same exact links down there, including the PDF presentation materials that I've already mentioned so far. So those will be down for you to download and use down there. Also down in the description is always sample data, things like that are available down there in the description box as well. Today, we're going to talk about RayStudio 3 updates and some new functions and enhancements. There has been a large amount of work has been done behind the scenes. Lots of users and myself and giving information just from here from North America side. Emiliano also gets tons of feedback from other users around the world, and he's always working hard to get those implemented and doing some cool things inside of RayStudio 3. Today, we're going to talk about a lot of those, something like 30 different slides where we're going to talk about some small changes, some large changes, some different look and feel, some core enhancements. Hang on, buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. So with that, the co-host is today somebody who's been on here. This is his 23rd time as being one of our co-hosts. It's Emiliano. He's the head of the software team at AIM Sports in Italy. He's been working on this, been working with AIM since 2000. The father of RayStudio was part of RayStudio, the RayStudio 2 that everybody had used before, RayStudio before then, and now, of course, RayStudio 3. Welcome, Emiliano. I thank you for coming and joining us again. It's been great fun.
Thank you for having me, and welcome you all. Well, thank you, Roger, for having moved on very quickly on my CV. You know, I don't like this.
I know you don't like it.
About me.
I know you don't like it, and I almost took it away, but it is a good pass through.
Yeah, thank you.
Keeps me on pace talking about what I should talk about.
I understand. Yeah.
Exactly. Emiliano, a fantastic friend and somebody who's been helping us for many years. I look forward to seeing Emiliano at the upcoming PRI show in Indianapolis. If anybody is going to be there, you can meet Emiliano in person as well. So what we're going to do here today, though, is we're going to do it a little bit different. Emiliano is going to share his screen. So I'm going to stop my share right now. And Emiliano, if you want to share your PDF version of the presentation and make it full size, that would be fantastic. And then we're going to roll through that. And everybody hang on. It's going to be quite a ride. Put any questions up in the question and answer box. I'll try to watch the chat box as well. And if you download that zip file for the presentation, you can have this presentation running as a PDF file off to the side. Emiliano, hit it.
Yep. Okay. I'm here. We start with the major enhancement we did on the RayStudio 3 analysis is the interface. We have had some development hints to move towards better use of space of the screen space. And so we decided to when you move to the analysis to hide the main Race Studio 3 toolbar, the main top toolbar of Race Studio 3, and it comes back when you go back from when you go out from the analysis. We also integrated tabs with the main analysis toolbars, so to make the upper part of the Race Studio 3 more compact, and we moved some. Not here, but into the analysis window itself, and it will be shown in the next slide. We moved also some toolbar buttons into the left part of the user interface. If you are kind of scared, you can be scared by the new interface because it's organizing things in a slightly different way. You can go back for any of these modifications in case you don't like them, and you can have your Race to 3 back as someone of the first users told me. Uh, so into the plot. I'll show some slides in just a second. Into the plot, we also did some modifications. We integrated the cursor of the time distance plot together with the segments bar, and we placed the y-axis with the text displayed vertically instead of horizontally. And this has been useful for finding some space and maximize the space given to the plots themselves. Let me show with a dedicated slide that this is the analysis window. As you can see, this is the title bar of Race to the Tree, and the main tabs and the toolbars of the analysis appear right below the title bar of Race to the Tree. This can allow a better use of a space. Having the tabs here to keep the profile and the track name and the session name here in the main toolbar. We preferred to move some of the commands of some of the buttons that show or hide the profile layouts. We placed those buttons here on the left part, on the side part of the window. This because the side space being the vertical dimension lower than the horizontal dimension, so these allow us for wasting less space than before, and allows a maximization of all other windows. As you can see here, the cursor values have been integrated together with the segments bar. We think it allows it to save space without losing usability. There should be some other changes in this area. Maybe we can place the cursor here because there is a space that is not used. That maybe it's more visible. We will see. We will see. And very likely, if we do the modification, we will allow for for the modification to be reversible, so you can go back to the previous version.
Let me jump in real quick, Emiliano.
Yeah, sure.
Give you a little bit of a breather as you get up to speed. I just want to share that, and I shared this with Emiliano and Matt and some others just the last couple of days. When I was testing this and trying it out, I immediately was not a fan of the buttons down the left side and the icons down the left side. Just so used to them being across the top, and my guess is there's going to be some of you that feel that same way, and Emiliano has made it so you can take it back and go back the other way. But I will share that after 5 or 6 hours of working with it over the course of a couple of days, I've gotten to the point that I think the icons down the left side is the way that I want to use it, and and I hope you guys give it a shot. I think it's the better layout for actually working in Race Studio. So give it a shot. Don't be like me and just immediately say no. I found it to be actually probably my preferred way. And then and then the cursor values across the segment bar that you just showed. I think I like it where it's at right now, where you're showing it on the screen personally. But if others, I can see blocking some of the corner numbers or corner names. It is translucent a little bit. We can't see it very well there, I kind of like it where it's at. So it'll be interesting to see where we go with that. But I like some of the new changes a lot. Hopefully everybody will give them a shot. So thank you, Emiliano, for letting me ramble a little bit on that one.
No problem. We need opinions to go better. I mean, to improve the softwares.
Absolutely.
And you can reverse every single item that we modified. So in case you don't like the buttons to be here, you can reverse only the buttons and have them here at the top. You can reverse having the tabs integrated with the toolbar, or you can reverse the main RS3 toolbar to disappear when you go to the analysis. We think that this is the way to go, but in case anyone has different opinions, he can go back and come back what he's used to use.
This entire process of trying to thin down and make and create space is going to be super helpful for those that are out in the field with laptops. If you're working at your home office and you got a lot of monitors, it's something, maybe it's not a big deal, but boy, you think these little things he's changing, but when I work on my laptop, this has been very, very helpful.
Exactly. That has been the target of the development. People with smaller screens. Yeah.
Daniel, you've got it sent to only hosts and panelists, but I will read the question because I think it's a great one right here. How to reverse if you end up here, the
right click.
Yeah, right click there.
Right click in one of the toolbars, and you will have a menu in which you can
revert.
You can
back.
choose which part to revert, or if you want to revert them all.
There you go, Daniel. Perfect.
Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, here it is. Other things we did, we added the possibility to split labs in case this is helpful for races with maybe with both. They don't have an exact placement of the start position of the start line, and so you can decide where you want to split maybe the starting lap, and you can place a lap where you want. It's not used. I don't think it's super useful for other laps because normally laps are automatically identified using the GPS. But for these specific cases in which you need to split maybe the first or the last lap, I think this is very, very helpful.
Or couple other examples would be autocross, or you went out and ran on a track that isn't in the database, or a point-to-point event, a hill climb or something like that, and you wanted to break it up into segments. There are many other uses for that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go ahead. You have now the possibility of in case you disable some labs, this is an example taken out of a channel's report. In case you disable some labs, you can right-click in the report itself and decide to hide the disabled labs, so to make a more compact report. This is a very useful feature, and it works along all software. So if you disable labs, hide the disabled labs, you hide them in the channels report, in the split report, and in the channels list as well.
Very powerful.
Another thing that I think it's not clear to many. We added new ways to plot data. You need there's a new way to display channels. Before it has always been overlapped, tiled, and mixed. Now we added two more ways. All of these two, both these new ways refer to vehicle corners. So in case you use function properly, and you define a channel to be pertaining to a corner of your vehicle, so it's front left or front right or whatever, you can get these split the plot automatically using this corner plot type. Super. I think it's a powerful feature for people having cars more than bikes. It works also with bikes if you identify the position in the channels while configuring your device. If you identify correctly the positions, the function in the channel, the plot will appear this way automatically. Otherwise, you can go in the channel settings into the analysis and correct the function, the chosen function for the channel. You can correct that and get this plot anyway. Of course, if you do it into the configuration, every session you download will be automatically having the correct functions. While if you do it into the analysis, you need to do it for every session you open. Let's go ahead. We added new stuff there, and I think this thing will be very popular. You can identify a session as your favorite, and just right click on it and select set as favorite it's the last voice of the right click menu. This favorite session will appear as a yellow star, and when it will allow you to choose in the recent and favorites. If you choose this line in the left part of the Ray Studio 3 analysis database, all in the right part, all the favorite sessions will be shown. Other use for this, if you maybe choose a favorite session as a reference for a given track while you are analyzing data. So if you have a favorite session in VIR pool, when analyzing data, if you click this plus icon button in the analysis window, it will suggest you to open the favorite in case in case you want to compare any data with the session with your MATLAB or any favorite for any reason you want it to be a favorite.
Fantastic shortcut implementation there. That is awesome. I did not realize that until just till yesterday, and to not to put a too fine of a point on it, this new favorites function is probably my favorite thing that you've done in adding this. I happen to think this is fantastic. I always have that test or a few tests that I want to be able to go back to, and being able to identify them as a favorite is going to be very, very helpful to a lot of users. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I was speaking also about comment this is not a recent introduction. It had been introduced some weeks ago, but I wanted to illustrate this once more. There's another plus icon in the bottom part of the channels list where you see comments. You can add a comment pertaining to a certain position of a session, and you can enter any text you want to comment that position in the session. And when you move over here with the mouse or over here in the time distance plot, the place of that comment will be shown also here in the storyboard. And I think it is useful to quickly save some.
So far, the comments have been really underutilized. I think they're fairly new, just like you said, a few weeks old. I think this is going to be one of those that people will, as they learn about it and find out ways that they can use it in the future, is going to be a very well used function.
Yeah, I think so. And so here it is. Then to go ahead, we did some modifications into the map. The first one has been, I think it is already very popular. We can colorize the lines using a channel value also in the web-based mapping, while previously it was available only for GDI maps. We added some new types of segments and new coloring capability for maps. So for users to be customizing maps a little bit more. We added the new shortcuts to divide a track in from 1 to 5 segments, and for ovals specifically, there is a possibility of dividing into 4 and 6 segments. A dedicated slide will come in just a second. We added This has been very popular in the RayStudio 2 software, and it has been a recent addition to RayStudio 3. The possibility to animate maps, to have a time visualization of time compare. So you can see where you gain or where you lose against the competitor or against yourself in case you load to laps of your own. Uh, there's another feature that is the consideration for a larger track width that allows to fix some cases in which maybe the splits in the split report are not perfectly identified, and these will fix. I'm gonna show all what I said here in just now. Colorizing maps on on a web-based map. You can choose the channel you want to colorize these map with. It can be any channel of your own. The most used are GPS speed, or maybe some triggers on braking and throttle, just to check who among two drivers brakes after or before the other one. Just two typical uses of these feature. This is the lap replay. In case you want to compare, in all the maps, there's the play button, and if you hit that play button, the analysis will switch to time based, and it will animate the cursor on the map, and you can see which of the two drivers goes ahead the other one and where it happens, and it is a very very popular feature. Uh, Here is the possibility. There are several points in which you can access this feature. My preference is in the top right part of the RS2 tree, just the side of the left button, that is a segment button. If you hit that button in the toolbar, uh, you are shown a menu in which you can choose one of these items to modify the number of splits from a huge number that is the default that we had in RayStudio 2, and it has been the default till now in RayStudio 3, and now you can switch to a lower number of splits, and this should be the new default. The number you choose, in case you prefer the split number to be 2, 3, or whatever you like, it will be the new default for the RayStudio 3, for your RayStudio 3 from now on.
I did
Uh,
not know that was going to set the default. I think a lot of people will find that as well very, very handy. So
mhm,
if you
uh-huh.
choose that, be ready for that, and I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, our idea has been that if one moves into a split number, very likely he will like that the number
Yeah.
of split as useful for for the purpose he is following. In this part, you can see the previous version of the analysis, and look at here how much space it was wasted and if you compare to what we have now, we gained a lot of space to be adding other windows in the same profile layout. So let's move along. This is another way in the to the this is the track based the split based report. You can change using it's the same icon everywhere. If there is a map shaped icon into a report, you can through that select which is the split you are analyzing data of. And this selection will move also the time distance plot. All the plots will be set into that split. It will be selecting a certain split into the time distance. It will be moving all the track maps to that specific segment of the track.
Which
Uh,
ties together really well with our last webinar that Matt gave, which was segment-based
mhm.
analysis. Being
Yeah.
able to do what you just showed there in a real hurry is very, very
Mhm.
helpful.
Yeah, this is the oval dedicated segmentation of the track. This is the default is coming. This is the default one. It is six segments. Two are let's call them straight lines. This is corner one. This is corner two. Another straight line, and in corner one and two again. It should be one, two, three, and four. You can divide the track into four segments. So considering corners as a unique corner, or you can divide the track exactly into parts. This allows for a better segmenting of the channels report as well. In case you show splits in the channels report and you use this feature, this is the way of segmenting the track. You can compute stuff like RPM drops and so on, and analyze the channels within half of the track. Very popular into the ovals analysis. This is what I was saying about the recomputing splits. You can see here that there are some splits here that were not perfectly managed by the engine, the data engine of the residual tree, and this can be you. For example, in case you have part of a track, maybe a corner in which into the track map, it is drawn accordingly to what's the track shape, and in reality, maybe cars take a shortcut, a little shortcut. So in these cases, there can be cases in which Race Studio Tree misses two laps, and in these cases, you right-click in the report and you hit the button, the menu, recompute with a large track width. We enlarge a little bit the gates into the Race Studio Tree analysis, and normally splits get fixed, and you get a better split. We prefer to avoid to do it always, because enlarging gates can lead to bad to bad data. I mean, it can force a bad situation in when they are not needed. We prefer to have people fix these cases specifically. They don't happen very often, but when they happen, we have a way out. Uh, Here it is, channel report. We did some modification in the channels report. One of these is we added the magic wand icon, and this allows you for the selection, automatical selection of dedicated channel of channels dedicated to a specific purpose. This can be vehicle performance, vehicle health, or racer performance. You select that specific magic wand, Tree automatically selects a group of channels for you and a group of channels and a statistic on that specific channel. A new thing that we added into the channels report is the possibility to delete more than one channel together. In case Before, it was only possible hitting the delete button. It was only possible to delete one channel per time, and now you can select more than one channel and be quicker in deleting what you don't need or what you want
This
to
is
change.
perfect. This is an area where you have done a good number of updates based on user
Mhm.
feedback,
Yeah, yeah,
RPM drop percentage, those new operators especially. So
yeah,
those of you that
exactly.
are watching this, if you have something you're always trying to do and you're having to do it with a math channel or something, and you think that other people would like it, make sure you software at AiM-Sportline.com and send it in as a possible enhancement.
Yeah, we did. We added the new operators and new possibilities here because in many cases a good report can substitute longer analysis made in the time distance plot,
Yeah,
and this I think that reports can be a good way to go for
absolutely.
many analysis.
And
Uh,
saving of creating a bunch of math channels.
yeah, exactly. Videos. This is another thing that I was. I mean, we received some emails asking for these after releasing this. But I'm repeating here that we have this feature. Uh, we can export a lab made of all your best segments into a session. So what we call theoretical best lab. You can create a video made of all the segments that constitute your best lab ever. This can be useful for training yourself while or just before a session, just before going live, going into a session with your car, you can quickly analyze which are the best lines, or which is the way to go for having the best out of your session. Uh, let's go ahead. We reworked a little bit of the weather into the analysis. Now it's available also into the channels list, into the layout. Uh, the the way in which it's drawn has been changed a little bit, and double click on this window, and you will be shown a dialog box in which you will be able to edit values in case you don't want to use those coming from our server. So in case you have your own your weather station, you can use your data instead of those coming from our server that come from an available web service and can be taken from. I mean, they are taken from the weather station that is the closest weather station to the position you are at. But if you have your own, for sure, you can you can use those data instead of ours.
And you can only
Uh,
automatically go grab that for up to 1 year, if I remember right, right?
yeah, it's back to 1 year from now.
And but once you grab it and it has been input into this device, into this dialog box and shown, then 3 years from now you may open it and the weather will still show.
Yeah, sure. They will stay because they will be in your database.
Has already
So
been
they will.
downloaded. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Uh, let's go ahead. And another thing that we were asked for, these weather items. I mean, weather piece of information like density, altitude, temperature, wind speed, and so on, can be used also to build the math channels, and they are used exactly like all other log sheets items. So you can create a math channel using the temperature of that time into the session. Pretty handy for many people wanting to do something more with weather. Uh, let's go on. I think this is quick because it's a thing that I already presented last time I was here in the webinar. We made I think a better interface, a better user interface for managing profiles. This This allows you for a better control of the profiles that you have locally on the machine you are operating the Studio 3 with, and the profiles you have on the AiM cloud. You can move profiles from and to the cloud to share profiles among different PCs. These actions, you can save profiles, you can import, export, and most of these sessions can be also into the main left toolbar of the Ratio tree. You need to enable them, but it's absolutely a good thing to have there. We made some fixes. You know that playing with Ratio tree layout, you can use also multiple screens. So you can move windows to other screens. If you right click in the tab, you have a menu, or you can drag and drop tabs among the two different windows. We call the second window of the analysis a mate window of the main analysis window. And so there has been a couple of fixes that made the mate window work better than what I did before. And so I just advise here for that. Other thing, this will allow me to introduce the next item and the next slide, because we will speak about documentation. The documentation, the parts of the analysis window are you have a full profile that is the main tab of the analysis. It will show you a profile. The profile is made of a layout. Every single tab is a layout, and the layout is made of panels. So the panels can be added and moved into the layout. And these profile, layout, and panels are the exact names that we use into the documentation to illustrate how they work. We made also this. It had been introduced, I think, 2 3 months ago. We added the possibility of having a default profile. The default profile will allow you into a good start point for many analysis. Uh, will help new users into the profile management of the analysis, and it's as I told you, is a good starting point. Search bar. We added the search bar into all the Ratio tree windows. There's one in the track, there's one in the configuration, there's one in the analysis, and the very most of the windows in which you have the possibility of selecting something uh, will feature a search bar. The search bar works or can work 2 ways. One is all, and the other one is any. That's mean if you choose to work with all and you enter 2 words, it will be looking for the presence. Suppose you look into analysis, it will look for championships, racer names, track names, or comments, and so on. So in case you enter 2 words, all these words, both words will be searched into the available fields, and you will be shown sessions with one of the other words. In case of any. In case of all words must be inside the fields for a session to be shown.
The search bar, I have found that it is another hidden gem that I think as more people use it, the more you will like it. And as Emiliano mentioned, it's everywhere. The one area that I use it as much as anything, of course, the database side, but the second most place I use it is in the math channel function. Being able to go
Yeah.
search for something, some little thing I know I built a math channel on this with this function or this name, and I type that in, and boom, you find what you're after. So the search button, the search box being everywhere in the software, everybody will begin to use that, and will like it a lot.
And if you use double quotes, you can look for the exact matching of what you include into the double quotes. So it's
Fairly new addition.
very,
Yep.
yeah, exactly. Uh, what else? Data export. We modified this. We introduced this possibility recently. You can start from a session into the database and create a GRK or a CSV file upon the session you select. All the GPS channels, if available, will be included into the DRK file or the CSV, and you can select which are the additional channels you wanted to be into the session. Uh, we added the possibility of exporting into the DRK format for some backward compatibility, and we added this possibility to export CSV for formats for exporting data to other pieces of software, maybe other tools that can be used
Perfect.
by customers. Uh, this is the very very important. I left it as one of the last slides, but it's very important to pay attention to this. Windows 11 24H2 is a major Windows update being rolled out from Microsoft, and it for security purposes that I don't want to discuss here. It adds RS3 into a group of applications that need to be authorized for location information. RS3 is not using location, but it is using Wi-Fi. Microsoft, and I think I can agree on this. Microsoft says that if you access Wi-Fi, you can be located for some reason, and so applications that use the Wi-Fi need to be allowed by the user. Sorry. When you install RIS2 and you launch it, Windows is going to ask you, is going to prompt you these specific messages, this specific message box, and the message box tells you exactly that the RIS2 needs permission to use Wi-Fi, and you need to say yes. Otherwise, there is no way to make a Wi-Fi work with the RIS2 and to make a RIS2 work with AIM devices. Luckily, as a developer, I noticed that all the functions that we internally call out of the operating systems give a specific error message or error code, and in case that error code happens, in case that error code is triggered internally, we draw this icon that normally is an informative icon that has a white background. We draw this in a red background, and in case it happens, clicking on this, you will be sent to the documentation page that is available locally into the RIS2 installation, and the documentation page will instruct you on how to set Windows for having the Wi-Fi back working. So it will be illustrating
I would like to set the
exactly.
expectation a little bit. If you go back to there you go. I have two PCs that I use every single day. I have my desktop and I have a laptop. And my desktop, one of the last Windows upgrades did take me to Windows 24H2. My laptop has not done the automatic upgrade. It's still on Windows 23, the update 23. So even though Emiliano's warning you that you're gonna see this, you may not. So keep that in mind. You may not see it today or when we update the very next version of Race Studio 3 on your computer. When you do that, but be ready for it because it's going to happen at some point. So keep that in mind.
I mean, in the latest versions of Race to 3, I think the latest two versions of Race to 2, Race to 3, sorry, we make this icon with a red background. Before there was no,
Okay.
I mean, this behavior of Windows 11 24.82 was not known to us, and so previous versions of Race to 2 simply do not work with the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And now we advise we can advise users, but you may find some users that do not know they still have an old version of Race 3, and nobody tells them to go where to go into the settings. So have them update to Race 3 and
Bob
go into the
mentions in the
settings.
chat that a good reason for still using Windows 10. That it's kind of funny that there is some truth to that, maybe, but a few slides in just the last couple slides here, Emiliano's even going to mention some Windows 7 users we still have and some reasons why we do certain things. So go ahead to the next slide.
Yeah, exactly. Match channels, we did improve a little bit here also in this area. We tuned a little bit of channels, match channels using operators such like lab intake. So the lab-based match channels operators. We coded to better identify the start and the end of labs, and we code it so that they get automatically recomputed in case you do some modification to the track. So in case you move the start finish point a little bit, in this case, match channels get recomputed automatically. We fixed some pitfalls into the lookup tables interface. We created a DLL. This is a new feature that is being requested. I spoke about this also in my last webinar. We have the possibility. We gave the possibility to users to define their own DLL and have a race to tree load the channels they want to create without having to use the race to tree interface. And this is one feature. The other feature is that you can, if you create such a DLL, if you are a match channel creator, if you are a coach or a data guy, you can create your own channels and you can give those channels to your customers without them having any knowledge on how your channels are created. So you can keep your intellectual property for yourself using this kind of stuff. Write me an email in case you are interested in, because it is possible and it is being used. For match channels, my invite is to go checking the help pages, because all operators, I'm keeping I'm trying to keep the pace on describing on a better description of all of the match channels operators, so for people to understand better what they do. Documentation is available locally within Race3 installation. Just go into every place in Race3 in which you see this question mark with a green background. When you see it, you can, if you click it, you will be moved into the local Race3 documentation. The same documentation is they created is automatically published also on the website, and this is the address in which you can find it. And it is also downloadable as a PDF book from the website. It's being improved almost every day. I mean, let me say on a weekdays I improve a little bit here and a little bit there, and it's worth taking a look at it.
We're probably going to do an entire webinar on that, on the help functions. A lot of people aren't using
Okay.
them as much as they probably should be. Those little green question marks are everywhere. And the biggest one that I think people are a little scared of is they think it's web-based, but on your slide you mentioned it's
No,
actually
it's local.
every install. It's actually that PDF is actually
Exactly.
updated on your own PC. So while at the track, without internet access, you can get to those the latest
Yeah,
updated files.
exactly.
So
It's local.
perfect. It's
It's local.
perfect.
Exactly. This is my last slide. We speak about the installer. We worked to increase a little bit the reliability of the installer because we had some negative feedbacks on that. And till now, we fixed all those cases, and it should work like a charm now. We have had some issues with Windows 7. I made a modification to the code to target the compilation for Windows 10 or 11, and some issues came out of it. I uncovered. I didn't know that we still have a user base on Windows 7. I went back with the compilation target, and it should be okay now. Let me know in case it's not.
One more thing on your installer side, it's not
Uh-huh.
related to that, but on the software, Chad Lancaster asked a question a few moments ago in the chat. Can he get rid of? Can he get rid of the pop-up asking to download Ray Studio 2 when he is loading? I believe he's got a setting set probably in under the advanced options of using Ray Studio 2 as an option is my guess, but it's
I
always
don't
asking to
remember
download that.
now. I don't remember now, but I will have a copy of the chat, and tomorrow I will be checking.
Okay,
I don't have an answer now, unfortunately. Sorry
perfect.
for that, but I don't have it now.
We'll bring it up in hopefully the next webinar. But Chad, please email me or software at or both software at AiM-Sportline.com, and we'll get you an answer for that in the coming days. So I just wanted to double check on that. Okay, where anything else you have there to finish up with, Emiliano? I think you're out of
No,
slides.
I think yeah, they're out of slides.
Out of
Uh,
slides. Darn it. The perfect.
I
So
can I
if you
can turn back the share to you, I
Yep,
think.
yep. Go ahead and just unshare, and I will share my
Okay.
screen, and we will. There we go. Perfect. The boy, I hope you I hope you all kept up with some of that. That was there was a lot of information there because there has been a lot of enhancements, and it's fantastic for all of the work that's been done. So if you have any other comments, and also keep in mind that the way that uh, a lot of these changes happen is feedback from the users. Emiliano works on that, gets the feedback. It goes straight to him at an email address we'll show here in just a moment, software@aimsportline.com, or it comes to me or other support staff or other dealers, and it gets pushed to Emiliano and his team. And the AIM has been very good at seeing what people are asking for, and if there is a greater good to everybody that uses it. And sometimes even if it's not, even if it's an individual user, it's something that we can grow. They added in as a feature, so keep that in mind. If you have something that you want, you may not get everything you ask for, but you may. So it only takes a minute to describe it and put it into an email and send it in, and it's the way that these things get updated. So keep that in mind. Thank you very much, Emiliano. I appreciate all the work
You're really
that
welcome.
that you and the team did, and not only that, but of course the work putting it into presenting it here in a webinar. This webinar, like all the rest, will be is being recorded, will be placed up onto our YouTube site, where the list just keeps growing and growing with the amount of information that's there. So make sure you take a look at our YouTube page and check out all the videos that are available. We're out there, a customer support company that is out there working hard, making sure you're getting all the best support and training that you can get. We have staff that are out there at events every single weekend. Uh, out there working on things. So keep that in mind. Look for the folks that are out there supporting you. They're out there to help you, and or give us a call at the 800 number. That's the of course the other way to get support very quickly and very easily. Again, for those of you that are watching this either live or in the next couple of weeks, come visit us at the Indianapolis-based PRI show, where we'll be at the booth 3257 in the Yellow Hall. All of your favorite AIM techs will be there. I'll be there as well. I know I'm not your favorite AIM tech, but I'll be there as well. Plus, of course, we're going to have 6 of our Italian friends coming over to join us at the booth, and we force them to eat American food, which is always a fun thing as well. So that's always a fun part of it. Come visit us December 10th. I'm sorry, December 12th through the 14th in Indianapolis. If you haven't been to that show and you're a racer or like this kind of stuff, it is a fantastic place to be and see what's going on in the world of motorsports. Huge. It's almost impossible to see it all. Even if you were there for all 3 days, you cannot see it in one day. That's a fact. So our next webinar, we're going to have Emmy Kissick joining us. She's a young lady from here in my area, from Olympia, Washington, where she has been racing Spec Miata for a couple of years and has really been learning her craft very well. She joins us in some of these webinars here, and is really a student of data and is learning and trying to understand all of this very much. So she will be joining us from the PRI show. It's the day before I travel. I travel the very next morning to the PRI show. So December 10th at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Please join us. Emmy is going to be joining us and talking about her journey in motorsports and how she is using data and how she plans on using data and video as part of her journey continues, as she is now a factory Mazda driver. Will be racing the full spec MX-5 series next year on the Mazda team. So we'll be chatting with her and understanding exactly how all of that is working out for her and what her plans are. Looking forward to that one. The contact information, I've mentioned a couple of times here, asking you for feedback and different things. There's Emiliano's email address, software@aim-sportline.com. Drop him an email, especially those of you that, if we mentioned, I think Chad, maybe drop us a note. There's my email address, and give us a holler. And of course, we always have the 800 number to give us a call on. So thanks everyone for coming. I appreciate it. I especially appreciate Matt and Thijs from the Netherlands, who are working in the here behind the scenes with us with some links and some chats and some other things. All the help is very much appreciated. Thanks everybody for coming. Looking forward to the very next webinar. Thanks again to Emiliano and all our friends from Italy for all the help you do. Emiliano, anything else you'd like to kind of add as we kind of close this one down?
As usual, I thank you for having me here, and truly a great idea, these webinars. I think very useful.
And really looking forward to seeing you in Indianapolis in a couple of weeks, where we'll
Of
go out and
course.
have some nice meals and have some good chats and have some fun. So seeing all
Sure.
some of the American style race cars too, some of those big drag race cars and stuff that are in the hall. That's always fun to look at, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it, and we'll looking forward to seeing you on the next webinar. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.